Hey, be quiet.
So I see you guys were doing your workout video that Crystal Wright popped on.
Was it on my video or hers?
Yours.
I'm trying to think. So many people I'm friends with. I don't know who they are.
Because that's actually my sister.
I'll have to look at her picture and know if I know her or just friends with her on Facebook. But that's cool though.
Because I was looking on your Facebook and you aren't friends with her.
Huh. Well, I think now people can subscribe to someone's live video channel, but technically not be friends with them. So that might be what it.
Oh.
Because I have had a couple people that will have messaged me saying, "Oh, your live video was awesome," and I'm like, "Who are you?" And it was somebody I wasn't friends with. So it could be, probably what it is sometimes if you share you're on a video, your friends will see it and then they can watch too. So that's that makes sense. That makes sense.
Foxy hit my ring on her way up.
Right. Be careful. Okay, so it is 6:02. We got a decent amount of people on here, so we have until 6:36 to get this done. So I don't. You seem like Annie said she has to get off at 6:30. I'm like, okay, it's fine. We'll be done at 6:36, and the phone auto corrected. I don't know why. Whatever. But recording. So, thanks to everyone for getting on. A lot of people, which is awesome. We're gonna have Kat share a little bit tonight, which is kind of cool. Another different person talking, just talk a little bit about herself and what she's doing. So let me mute everybody, and then Kat, you should just be able to unmute yourself and then get going. So
this was.
Okay.
Or you can unmute.
Or I can unmute her. Okay, you should be unmuted, and then I'm gonna mute myself.
Sorry.
Good. Can you hear me? Okay, perfect. All right. Well, hello, everyone. This is so exciting. I've never co-hosted or chatted or whatever you want to call this on a team call before, but I'm pretty excited. So I don't have anything like really laid out, but I'm kind of type A personality, so I did take some notes and just kind of some things I wanted to go over with you guys. So first thing, I have not had a chance to publicly recognize my homegirl, Lindsay. So I just wanted to do that really quickly. She's killing it. I'm sure you guys have kind of seen. Oh, there she is, working in her kitchen, being awesome, multitasking. So first thing just about Lindsay is like, number one, I think that she would attest to, and like a lot of us would say that she's done, is she's like seriously embodied like what being a product of the product means. So she has not only like been doing all the workouts, been crushing them, like drinking Shakeology every day and just being really awesome, but she's just been really good about kind of sharing how they've helped her, which I know can be something that the rest of us struggle with sometimes, whether it's just like being afraid to share or like actually jumping in full cannonball into the water of Beachbody and just like using the products and stuff that they have, and it does work. So I think she's a testament to that, and the fact that she's so open and willing to share it is just awesome, and it's kind of just been really successful for her. I think she would tell you that also. And just one thing that I was going to mention before she even commented on this today is like her fire is lit up. Like she is just pumped about Beachbody, about her business, about our team, about everything. And like, you know that is the case when haters like cannot get you down. Like not only do they not get her down, but they like make her fire 10 times hotter. Like it's awesome. And I think that's a thing that I personally struggle with, is if I come across someone that's like doubts me, I take that doubt personally. And then I'm like, oh my God, can I actually do this? Like, who am I? Like we all have those feelings, but I think whether you have to fake it till you make it, or you have to just realize that those people like will inspire you and like use that as fire and inspiration that you can prove them wrong. Like you are strong enough. You are good at this. This is something that is worthwhile. This is something you can do. I think are all just things that she embodies really well, and she's just really good at genuinely sharing her story. So if you're not following her on Instagram or you don't look at her Facebook posts, just I would recommend like popping over there and just occasionally looking, because she just has like a way with words. Also, like she has a great blog. This isn't like the Lindsay show, but I just wanted to say she's really good at making posts and making it not seem like salesy. It just comes natural to her, and we can all like learn from that, I think, is one thing I wanted to mention. And going kind of like segueing from that is just being a product of the product is huge. Like we cannot, like as coaches, as like other fitness professionals, it's like I'm in nursing school as like a health professional, you cannot promote a lifestyle that you're not living. And I think so many people, especially with Beachbody, like they get into it for one reason or another, but then they don't remember why they started with Beachbody. And you can't try to like use your environment and the people that you have around you for something that you're not doing for yourself. They will figure it out. Like the audience that you have now is so smart. And if you're trying to tell them like, oh, you need to be healthier and like buy this from me, or, oh, you need to like try this out because it's awesome, they can tell if you're using it or not. And even if they can't, personally, if I ever start a workout program or I start like I've done like every challenge there possibly is. Like I've done Katie Hearn, I've done Kayla Itzines, I've done like every single possible one. I don't buy one if I look at the person who is selling it to me and I don't either want to look like them or want to have a byproduct of something that they already have. So you guys have to look at it that way too. And that's how I've been looking at it. If I am selling health and I'm selling a better way of doing things, if I don't have that, I cannot give that to somebody else. I can't tell them to invest time, money, effort, energy, and not be doing it myself. So I just think that's huge. It goes further than just being a product of the product and like using what Beachbody says. It's more of like the fundamental values that Beachbody stands for, that if you don't have those inside you, you need to do that first, because people will not follow you if you're not following those yourself. Third thing, I think Cam and Courtney have hit on this for a lot of you guys like pretty strongly, but you have to hit Emerald. Like if you are not an Emerald coach yet, you are not even touching what Beachbody can be for you. Like it's just not even in your realm of the universe of like what Beachbody can do. And it's a challenge to hit Beachbody, challenge to hit Emerald if that's what you're going for, but it's not impossible at all. It's like Lindsay did it quickly. I think I did it pretty quickly. Like you can do it. I think it's important to make sure that the people you're putting under you for Emerald are going to stay. Like you don't want to just sign some people up because you're like jumping down their throat because you're like, I got to get Emerald. Like it's a balance between like trying to hit it as quickly as you can, but also sustainably hit it and keep it. But hitting Emerald is like huge. You have to do it, and your business it won't even seem like a business to you until you've hit Emerald. So I just wanted to reiterate that point of how important it is to hit it. And then I personally right now I'm listening to 10X, the book 10X. I think it's called 10X. It might be called something else, but I don't actually have the book in front of me. I'm like, I don't remember the name. It's by Grant Cardone though. And he basically talks about in that book that you have to set goals that are like massively out of your realm of possibility. So they need to be 10X goals. So if you think like, I'll just give you an easy example. Like I want to make $1 million in 2 years. You have to make it $10 million. If your goals are small, or your goals, and $1 million might not be small to someone, so I don't want to say that that's a goal. I was just trying to make it like an easy way to see the 1 to 10 ratio. You have to make your goal something so high and so crazy, unachievable seemingly, because then even if you don't reach them, you're making such huge progress in your life, no matter what aspect it is in. Setting big goals is like massive. And another thing he talks about is you have to start looking at the fact that success should not only be like what you're striving for, but that it's your duty. So it's your duty to your society, it's duty to your spouse or significant other, and it's your duty to yourself, and also that it's an obligation and your responsibility. So when you start looking at the fact that success is not an option anymore, you will find a way to get there. Like I don't know if any of you guys watched the video from Brianna Headley where that I think Courtney posted in the group. That one time in December, I think it was, that she wasn't at Success Club 5 yet. And she literally sat in on New Year's Eve and like crushed invites for like hours. I think she said it was like 5 hours where she was sitting in her computer and her phone because she was like, I made it non-negotiable that I was going to hit Success Club 5. And she sat there, and then she decided on January 1st she was never, ever going to let it get to that point again where she had to sit there and work her ass off on New Year's Eve just to hit Success Club 5, which it's not a just for a lot of us, but she realized that that was a priority and a non-negotiable for her. And I think that's just something that when you realize that success is not just for yourself, it's for the people around you. And like realizing that every one of us has gifts that nobody else can offer. It's whether it's like something that you just do specifically better than other people or you have a certain twist on it. You have your own gifts, and by not reaching towards success and making it like your job to be successful, you're holding those gifts back from other people. And you can look at it in whatever way you want, but to me, if you know you have something that you can give to other people and you're not giving it to 120% what you think you can, it's being selfish. And I know that almost all of us are not selfish. That's why we want to be in this business. We want to help other people, whether you're helping people in their other job that you have right now or you're not, or you want to help people and that's why you started Beachbody. If you're not giving at least 100% of what you have and like giving your gifts, nobody will see them. You have to get your gifts in front of other people and you have to be willing to share them. And you can't let fear hold you back from that. So that's a big thing that I've like been trying to wrestle with, is that sometimes I don't share things because I'm like afraid. So I'm like, oh, okay, I'm going to go live with this video topic today. And then I'm like, oh no, like one thing that comes up is I'll be like, I don't have time. Another thing that comes up is I'm like, what if literally the people on my Facebook page are like, what is this girl doing? But seriously, then I like break it down and I'm like, if those people can't support me in something that I like truly is something so big to me that I want to share on a public forum that's going to be recorded forever and like anywhere anyone can see it, if they're not supporting something that's that important to me, I don't really want them in my life anymore. Like whether or not in my life is like kind of taking it to a serious point or not, if they aren't willing to like at least back me up and not criticize me for it, I don't need them. I don't need that energy around me, and you guys don't need that either. And then that brings me to one other thing with time. I am a personal trainer. I don't know if you guys know that, but with personal training that I've done, and even just like people around me, they'll realize like I like to work out and I like to eat healthy and whatever. And they'll say to me, oh, I would love to do that, but I just don't have time. It is literally, I don't know if you guys take it this way, it is such an insult to me when someone tells me they don't have time. Because I'm like, what do you mean you don't have time? Like, what else are you doing? And I'm not belittling other people's obligations, but there are people that are 100 times more busy than I am that get 10 times more done than I do. And I think I'm pretty busy. So just ask me. Like, I'm in nursing school full time. It's an accelerated program. I'm doing Beachbody. I'm helping my brother run his personal training business. I'm also a personal trainer. I just bought a house. It needed a new roof. Like, there are always things that people are going to be busy with. It's what you prioritize your time with and you choose to put first. And when you tell somebody else that you are too busy to do something, especially something that they're passionate about, to me, it's like a slap in the face to that person, telling them that they are busier than you. Like if I say I am too busy to do blank, it's me telling you that I am too busy to do that thing because I think that I'm busier than you are. And all of us are busy. Everyone is busy. I don't know anyone. I'm waiting to find a person that's figured out the way to not be busy. Everyone's busy. So I think just figuring out what your priorities are very important. And then also realizing that you're always going to be busy. Like that will never change. Everyone has other commitments going on. Everyone has multiple things, multiple hats, multiple jobs that they juggle. And I think just realizing that there's only so much time that we all have here, like on earth, if we're going like spiritual with it, that you have to prioritize the things that matter most to you. And instead of saying like, I'm too busy to do something, just simply say like, I'm choosing not to prioritize this. It's not that you're too busy. It's a choice to not make that a priority at that point. And then I just wanted to make sure. Oh, the one like interesting fact that I found that like blew my mind from Grant Cardone in that book was that he said that the average CEO reads about 60 books a year. So whether, I don't know if that's reading or listening to audiobooks, but 60 books a year. And then the average American reads 1 book a year. And I was literally like sitting there and I was like, I can't even imagine. And that's like taking also into account that the illiteracy rate in the US is like super crazy, that there are a ton of people that can't even like read. And there are a ton of people that only read at the 6th grade level. So I can see kind of how that would play into it. But you guys, we all like have the gift, like all of us in this group at least, to be able to read. Like you are all literate. The fact that we have that, you have to look at it as like a gift. And the whole, that being one of the vital behaviors, being able to do personal development and like taking it upon yourself to better yourself. If you're looking at it as like a chore, you're already starting off with like not a great mindset around that. And I just think that knowing if once you get out of that mindset of like a punishment and out of like, this is a requirement of me, and you just change simply your words around something, that instead of I have to do this, I have the opportunity to either be able to buy these books that other people can't. I have the ability to be able to read them when other people can't. I have the ability to ingest the information and use it in my life. We are so fortunate that we have a job that we get to inspire people. If the internet wasn't around right now, like we wouldn't have the ways to reach as many people as you can. You'd literally be Sam Adams, like standing out on the light post in the corner being like, telling whoever is just willing to listen and walking by. But you guys have such a platform, including like we all do have such a platform to reach people no matter where they are. And you never know who you're reaching at what time in their life that you can make a difference. And I think just knowing that, I want to be the best version of myself to put out there. Like I want to make sure that no matter what message I'm putting out there, it's congruent with myself, and that I'm, like I said, following up with how I'm acting, but that also I'm giving them the best information I can. And I'm just trying to tell people that like, I don't know everything. I'm not at where I want to be with really any aspect of my life, but that I'm the perpetual student that always wants to learn. I always want to get better. And I think all of us can do that. And when you do that and you put it into your business, you can't help but attract people that are the same way. Like you will attract coaches, you will attract challengers that want to be better and want to do the best thing that they can for themselves and for people around them. And if you create a team like that, you literally can't lose. Like there's no way you'll succeed monetarily, you'll succeed spiritually, you'll succeed with people that are just awesome to be around. And that to me is like the best way to live your life and the best way to like have a job that it's not a job anymore. It's like so fulfilling. It's such a great career to have. And yeah, basically the one other thing I wanted to touch on is if you guys, I always am looking for better like personal development books. So if you guys have any, shoot them my way. But also I just have a couple for you guys. One is called The Untethered Soul. I actually have it here. I read a lot of my books online or listen to them, but this is one I have hardbound. So it's called The Untethered Soul. It's by Michael Singer. That one is not so much like actionable, like do this and this and this. It's not very prescriptive, but it's just like awesome to kind of get in touch with how you're like where you're at kind of mentally. Second one is called Time Is Not the Problem, You Are. Obviously, I already talked about that, but that one's actually really good. And that does have action items in it. It's a really good book. The next one is the 10X Rule, which I kind of touched on that. Another one is called GoPro, which somebody else, I think in Set Your Soul on Fire, recommended. And I read that one. I crushed that one in like a day. That one was really good. It's all about network marketing. So it was really helpful as far as like our specific job that we do. Then another one is called Money Master the Game. So this is a Tony Robbins book. He's got a lot of stuff, but this is not so much about like working on yourself. Like a lot of his stuff is kind of like quote unquote self-help. This is more actual about your finances. It's a really good book. It's really long. So sorry about that. It's like 700 pages. Really interesting though. And then the last one is called The Slight Edge. Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, it's awesome. And I think he's actually still doing it where you get the book for free. If you go on to his website, you get the book for free. You just pay for shipping. It's $5. And he donates the $5 actually for shipping to his foundation that's like for Feed America or something. He's awesome, as you guys probably know, but that book's really good. And then the last one is The Slight Edge. I think I just mentioned that, but pretty much everyone needs to read that one. I've heard like everyone talk about that book. So if you have not read that one, read that one. And yeah, that's all I have to say. Yes, it is amazing.
Awesome. Yes. No, that was
Really good.
that was awesome. That was good stuff. And I think, there's tons of takeaways from that, but I think the biggest thing is just going to show everyone that's on this call and who listens to the recording that we all have something kind of like you're talking about, like to bring to the table. Like you gave recognition, you talked about your struggles, you talked about goals, and then gave some content, and anybody has that, It's not like you're some chemist that has all this stuff that we don't understand. It's all real stuff that we all struggle with, and that's really, really cool. So definitely appreciate that.
I
for
took
sure.
notes.
Yeah, took notes.
I took notes.
But it's good.
And actually, like one other thing, sorry, I did not say this. I meant to lead in with this, but I got distracted. I just want to tell you guys, like I'm an emerald right now and I'm like semi close to being a diamond, but I don't have it all figured out. Like I hands down don't. Like I literally last month was like, oh my God, Success Club 5 is going to be a piece of cake. And I did not hit Success Club last month, just so you guys know. So I do not have it all figured out. It does not come easy to me. Shouldn't really come easy to anybody. But just realizing that like I could have quit when I didn't hit Success Club. Like that was my goal. I had it written on like all my goal sheets. I was like, I followed all the steps that all these amazing people told me to do. Like I made it non-negotiable. I watched Amy's videos. I watched all this stuff. I took all these notes and I still didn't hit it. And I could have quit and we all could quit and I didn't. So I think the big thing to realize is the thing that's kept me going, there's a lot of things, but a big one is I realized that once it gets really hard, it actually makes me really happy because the fact that it is so hard is the reason why it's so rewarding in the end. Because if the barrier to entry were super low and this was super easy, it would not be a great opportunity for everybody. It is only a good opportunity because it is not an easy thing to do. So if you have a little molehill that anyone can climb over, it's not exciting to climb over the molehill. If you have Mount Everest and you're one of only 20 people that's climbed to the top, obviously it's so much more fulfilling and such like a great accomplishment when you get there. So just my big tip is like, keep going. It's worth it. I haven't figured out how worth it will be. I just know that it will be. I have to have faith in the fact that it will be worth it, and I'm going to keep going.
Yep, exactly. And I think that's super important because with in life too and in business, like you're never going to always have it figured out because people that say that are lying and have no idea what the hell they're doing. Because like even top coaches, like number one, Melanie Mitro, she can't just be like, oh, I got it all figured out, because her business will go, whoop, like you're constantly growing and learning, and that's why personal development's so huge, because you're always learning new business stuff, new personal development tips, new workout stuff, like you're constantly learning, so you never have it figured out. You just keep growing, but at the same time also not giving up, like you said. Like this is the honest to God truth. Last year at this time and a little bit before, we would blow up the page, team call, everyone get on. And guess what? We'd get on just like this and be staring at ourselves for 15 minutes and go, well, guess no one's getting on. And we could be like, screw this. Like, we're done. We're quitting. No one gives a shit about coaching. No one cares. But we're like, no. Number one is we're doing this kind of like we talked about, ourself, our health. We believe in it. We got to keep going. It's going to happen. We can't quit after 6 months, after 8 months. And look what happened. We stuck it out. It kept growing. We have all these new awesome coaches, and they're being successful. But if we would have just threw in the towel because people didn't show up to those team calls.
It's selfish, because if we had quit, mean, you guys could have obviously found another coach at some point, but like if we would have quit, none of you would be here. So we would have not given you the opportunity to find this and have this opportunity.
And we would have crawled right back into the hole that everyone wants to get out of. Like, oh, I guess I'll just quit at this thing and go back to my shitty, negative, depressing life, and maybe something will happen. No, you have to work for it. You know, you got to climb and crawl and sacrifice, and it sucks a lot of times, and you fall down. But
in the end, it's worth it.
yeah, but you keep, it's definitely worth it, because the longer you do it and the harder you work, the more benefits and rewards you get financially, fitness-wise, motivating-wise, and it is definitely worth it, for sure.
Yes, it is.
Did anybody have any questions for Kat or comments, or anyone want to say anything? You don't have to, but you can. You can unmute yourself if you want to. If the unicorn in the kitchen wants to say anything and unmute yourself, she can totally talk. Oh, there she goes! Woo!
I just want to say I love you guys, but that's all.
That's worth it.
Short and sweet. I like it.
We love you too.
Yeah. That was one other thing I was going to say before we end this is, like with Kat talking, and Lindsay's been on and talked on the calls and stuff too. Yes, it's scary, especially like if you're not used to talking on camera, seeing yourself and seeing other people. But a thing that can help you guys all out is, this isn't like public speaking in front of a crowd of strangers. Like, it sounds weird to say, you know, maybe family is too strong of a word, but it kind of feels that way. Is you're around a bunch of friends. Like, you know, Kat was saying about, like, if somebody doesn't support her on Facebook and they're negative, she doesn't want them in her life. Guess what? We're all supporting each other. So, like, no one's going to make fun of you if you forget what you're saying, or
Happens to me all the
you
time.
twirl your hair while you're thinking, you know, like, because if you're looking at somebody doing that, most likely, crap, I do that too. I get scared. Like, this is a fun, positive, motivating environment. You're talking about what you're passionate about, you know? This isn't talking about politics or math. Like, this is awesome. Fitness and fun shit, you know? Like, you get to talk about bunnies if you want to come on and talk about peanut and coconut. Like, that's freaking, there should be no pressure there. You can talk about like, it's fun and it's exciting. So it shouldn't be scary or anything. Yes, it's scary talking on camera per se, but it's with your friends. So it'd be like hanging out in person at a barbecue, talking about something that's the same thing, just we're on our computers. So, and everyone has good content. Like I said, everyone has something to share, something new to hear. You hear it a different way from Kat that maybe somebody else said it didn't really make sense, but she said it. You're like, oh, duh. Like, why am I not doing that? So it's huge. And like I always say it, appreciate everyone who gets on live, because if you do have a question, it is better live, you know, and if you do have questions, you can talk to someone, and it's just that cool little atmosphere, for sure. You have anything to add?
No. Not really.
Okay.
Thanks, pretty good. We appreciate you sharing, Kat. You did good. I liked what you talked about, so.
Thank you.
Very helpful for a lot of people. So.
It's awesome stuff.
Yes.
And look, you finished 7 minutes early. It's only 6:29.
I feel like I talked for like 4 hours, so I'm glad.
It's funny how that works.
It kind of feels that way. Like when I do videos, sometimes I'm like, oh my God, I just talked so much. And it was like 11 minutes. Like,
yes.
Oh, well.
I'm like the queen of trying to talk faster because I feel bad like wasting other people's time. So I'm always like, okay, blah, 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 word vomit at your face.
Well, how long did we meet with Joe today? Was it like over an hour?
It was like over an hour.
So I'm bad at saying we're gonna talk for 10 minutes and then it turns into like half the day, because I love coaching. Like, I'm passionate about it, so I could talk all day about it. We met up with one of my friends who's probably gonna be coaching soon down in Eugene today, and she's like, I gotta stop by real quick. I'm like, we gotta leave, and turned into like an hour and 10 minutes of coaching talk and life talk, and I was like, oh crap. Well,
sorry, you had to leave. Oh well.
Which tomorrow, I'm gonna go live on the team page and talk about community and support, because she mentioned that probably 5 or 6 times about following our journey. So, she's like, I really like the community. I really like the support you guys talk about. That was huge to her. So
make sure you're talking about that in your posts if you're not already.
Yeah.
community.
the team, because she's like, I struggle with that, but it's nice to have a community and support of people, you know, so huge.
Anyways.
Okay, let me stop recording.